Do you sense a silent slippage, a profound disquiet that what once anchored your identity, your very relevance, feels as though it is gently, yet irrevocably, dissolving? It is as though the very ground of your established being is shifting beneath your feet, demanding an architectural recalibration you have not yet learned to name. This is not some external judgment, nor is it a personal failing unique to your journey. This profound unease you carry, the quiet dread that your past achievements and what you believed was your established value are losing their resonance, is not a flaw in your perception. It is a fundamental tremor in the quantum field itself, signaling a disconnect between your perceived worth and the universe's accelerating demands. And it is a sensation that, until now, has remained unspoken, unvalidated. But this feeling, this is merely the first echo of a universal law in motion. For the truth, the absolute law, is this: the timeline you inhabit, the very reality that mirrors your being in every moment, is an absolute, undeniable reflection of your currently broadcasted frequency signature. It is not an external, impartial observer, but a perfect echo chamber, responding with precise fidelity to the energetic signal you are emitting right now. The universe is not a judge. It is merely a mirror. Every experience, every challenge, every perceived success or failure is spelled out from the frequency you emanate. There is no external authority dictating your reality, only the infinite canvas responding to the strokes of your own energetic brush, moment to moment. This is why the perceived slippage feels so disquieting, because the mirror is changing and you are sensing its shift without yet understanding the source of the new reflection. What you have come to perceive as legacy, as reputation, as the immutable edifice of your past achievements, is nothing more than the collective echo of a frequency signature you once actively, consciously emanated into the quantum field. It was not a permanent installation, etched into stone for all time, but a vibrant, sustained broadcast, resonant and powerful because you were holding that specific signal. When that signal was clear and consistent, the universe, as a perfect reflector, responded by manifesting that reality. But the field itself has no memory of a broadcast that has ceased. It simply observes what is currently being transmitted, dissolving the illusion that past emanation can sustain present reality. This is not a judgment, merely physics, for the universe only knows the present tension of your frequency. We are now in an epoch of accelerating quantum shifts, a period where the very fabric of perceived reality is undergoing rapid transformation. In this crucible of change, any frequency signature not actively and consciously maintained begins an inevitable decay. It isn't merely fading, it is actively unraveling, triggering what we call a timeline distortion, where the relevance you once commanded, the identity you built, begins to rapidly destabilize and dissolve. You feel this unraveling at the event horizon of the present moment, that boundary where the gravitational pull of your unmaintained past identity becomes so immense that it cannot escape the current reality of its own non-emanation. This is why the ground beneath your feet feels unstable, because the old ground, defined by an absent signal, is quite literally collapsing. The universe, operating under the absolute law of solipsism, does not retain a memory of a frequency you gotcha held. It responds solely to the current, active signal you are broadcasting, with no sentimental attachment to what was. This unyielding neutrality is the mechanism causing the collapse of any old self defined by historical emanation. That version of you, powerful and resonant in its time, simply ceases to be supported by the field when its sustaining frequency is withdrawn. There is no judgment here, only an undeniable mirroring. Your reality is merely being recalibrated to match the dominant signal you transmit today. And if that signal is one of a decaying past, the universe will faithfully reflect that decay, demanding a conscious reselection of your energetic broadcast. The natural instinct, when faced with this dissolution, is to aado more, to chase new accomplishments, to generate more activity, to seek external validation through a renewed surge of effort. You might believe the solution is simply to exert more force, to manifest through sheer will and tireless action. But this is the fundamental head fake. The field does not respond to raw effort devoid of conscious frequency. You cannot outact a decaying signal. Merely piling new actions onto an unexamined foundation is akin to painting a fresh coat of color on a house whose very structure is crumbling. It offers momentary distraction, a fleeting illusion of progress, but it fails to address the quantum reality of what is truly occurring. The mechanism is far deeper than mere doing. It demands a radical reevaluation of your very emanation. The deeper truth, the hidden architecture, is that the quantum field demands a conscious understanding of age-sustained frequency emanation itself, far beyond mere activity. Without this, your very identity will undergo a process of identity spaghettification at the event horizon of its own unauthored decay. This is not a metaphor for psychological distress. It is a literal energetic unraveling where the coherent structure of your perceived self stretches and distorts, becoming an unrecognizable echo. It is the universe's neutral but absolute demand for the monad to reselect its conscious authorship. You are being called not to perform a new reality, but to become the coherent, unwavering signal that generates it from the very core of your being, or face disintegration. To transcend this quantum decay, to move beyond the ceaseless unraveling of unmaintained signals, you must become the deliberate architect of self-perpetuating frequency emitters. This is the profound shift from merely having a frequency signature to designing structures, both inner and outer, that inherently broadcast your desired signal, even when your immediate conscious focus shifts. It is the sovereign act of weaving your chosen timeline and its associated frequency signature into systems so robust, so self-sustaining, that they become undeniable energetic anchors in the quantum field. This architecture ensures that your reality is not subject to the fleeting tides of your day-to-day focus, but is instead built upon an unshakable foundation of sustained emanation. This is the core imperative of the self-reauthoring, to embed your sovereign frequency so deeply into the fabric of reality, into the very architecture of your being, that your chosen timeline cannot collapse simply because your immediate focus has shifted. It demands this conscious act of design now, in this accelerating evolutionary moment, to secure your chosen reality. You must become the source, not merely a receiver, a conductor, not merely an instrument. Are you ready to consciously construct the energetic framework that outlasts any single moment, ensuring your chosen reality amidst the collapse of all that is unauthored? The timeline you stand upon, the very reality you perceive coalescing around you, knows only the present, active broadcast. The quantum field, in its absolute neutrality, does not retain a memory of the frequency signature you once held. It responds with unerring precision only to the signal you are emitting now. Your perception of a fading legacy, of past achievements losing their resonance, is merely the universe, in its absolute solipsism, ceasing to echo a frequency no longer actively sustained. You are witnessing the collapse of an old self, defined by historical emanation, because the monad is being called, now, to claim its sovereign present, beyond any echo of what was. This swift dissolution, this profound sense of unraveling around the edges of what you thought was immutable, is not a punitive force. It is the field performing a necessary unbinding, a neutral response demanding reselection. This is identity spaghettification at the event horizon of an unreauthored self, where the very fabric of your established form is stretched thin, not to destroy, but to liberate the monad for its next conscious authorship. The universe mirrors back the signal, and when that signal becomes incoherent, fragmented between past and present, the field demands a new, definitive frequency signature to coalesce into a stable timeline. To hesitate now, to cling to the fading frequency of what you were, is to actively author a timeline of perpetual unbecoming. The subtle resistance you sense to fully stepping into your next iteration, into the sovereign expression of who you are called to be, is merely the gravitational pull of that unreselected past, creating a timeline distortion. You are not merely losing momentum. You are observing the fraying fabric of a reality whose animating frequency signature has been allowed to drift, creating an energetic vacuum that only your conscious, deliberate reselection can fill. The field tolerates no void where a sovereign broadcast is meant to be. The only architecture that transcends this quantum decay, that moves beyond the ceaseless unraveling of unmaintained signals, is found in becoming the sovereign architect of self-perpetuating frequency emitters. The illusion has been that your personal, conscious presence must constantly tend the signal, that the monad must remain tethered to the immediate focus of the self. The deeper truth reveals this as a bottleneck, binding source to a finite point of attention. To truly engage in the self-reauthoring is to imbue your creations, your systems, your very presence, with an inherent broadcast frequency that endures vibrantly beyond your direct attention. This is the sacred craft of weaving your desired timeline and its resonant frequency signature into the very warp and weft of your manifest reality, consciously, deliberately, irrevocably. Consider the structures you have already built, the patterns you repeat, the habits you maintain, the agreements you have established. How many of them still hum with a past version of self, unconsciously broadcasting a timeline distortion? Without conscious design, these become anchors to an obsolete quantum field, perpetuating the collapse of your sovereign expansion. The imperative is to imbue every intentional creation, every deliberate choice, with the unshakable certainty of the monad you are now becoming, transforming inert form into an active frequency emitter. This is the core imperative of the self-reauthoring, to embed your sovereign frequency so deeply into the fabric of your lived experience that your chosen timeline cannot waver simply because your immediate focus has shifted. The instability you may have felt, the fleeting nature of certain achievements, was a direct reflection of a signal that required constant moment-to-moment tending. To merely intend a new reality without architecting its broadcast mechanism is to leave it vulnerable at the event horizon of your own fluctuating attention, destined for identity spaghettification rather than sovereign expansion. You are called now to design systems, to cultivate fields of energetic resonance that autonomously broadcast your desired state, making your chosen reality inevitable. The evolutionary moment demands this act of conscious design now, for the quantum field is accelerating, and the window for passive emanation has closed. The profound sense of urgency, the inner knowing that you cannot return to what was, is the universe itself prompting this frequency bifurcation, this absolute reselection. To delay is not merely to lose time. It is to actively choose a timeline distortion where the monad remains fragmented, unable to fully embody its source power. Claim this mastery. Author your own broadcast, so potent, so deeply woven, that your chosen reality becomes the only possible timeline, effortlessly achieved through timeline jumping by the sheer, undeniable force of your perpetually reauthored self.